Hey everybody, this is Dan, and I want to talk to you about lobsters. Oh, by the way, I love lobsters, but I'm not talking about eating lobsters. I'm talking about the social hierarchy of lobsters because it's really important if you want to succeed in business. So let's get started. So, um, there was a study done, a scientific study done regarding the social hierarchy, the status hierarchy of lobsters. And as they moved up the status hierarchy, it was interesting. They noticed an increase of serotonin in their systems. Now we're talking lobsters here, like brains like this small, and basically I don't know, a billion years or whatever, in evolutionary terms, they are very primitive way back when, and they are managed, their social hierarchy is actually managed through serotonin. What's serotonin? We know what serotonin is. Serotonin is that chemical that makes us feel good. Okay, so helps us with our sleep, get it out of chocolate. It's released when we exercise, and it's released when we have a sense that we're moving up our social hierarchy status. Our status is moving up in the social hierarchy. So, what does this have to do, Dan, with the four abilities? Now, remember the four abilities, and we'll go through them quickly, are capability, reliability, likability, and predictability. So, and the purpose of them is if you can communicate those things effectively, you will communicate everything you need to communicate about your offer, about what you do for people in such a way that it's comprehensive and effective. And of course, we want to be effective. Why do we need to communicate effectively? So we can get business, so we can change our social status, so we can move up the status, so we can feel good about what we do and be effective at the things that we do, and we can make money and get prestige and have that great sense that we're doing what we're setting out to do in an effective way. Because, in a sense, success is the ability to accomplish those things that we want to accomplish and to do it in a good way, in an effective way, in a um, in a comprehensive and ultimately in a beautiful way, right? Because beauty is about completing the whole, and that's what we're doing. So I don't want to get too far off track and get into the weeds here, but let's think about it. So when we talk about the first ability, of the first of the four abilities, which is capability, we're typically talking about, in general terms, we're talking about what we do or what we offer, our service, our product. But to effectively communicate it, we can't talk about it that way. We can't talk about our widget being made of plastic and it's this big and it operates like this. That doesn't get us anywhere. What we need to talk about is the transformation that we offer. And what's the main transformation that we offer people? Simply put, we offer them serotonin. So we offer them a sense of well-being, a sense, a feel-good, and experience. Right. So it's springtime here in Minnesota. It's starting to warm up. But about that time, we're absolutely sick and tired of the cold, and I begin to dream about vacations. I begin to dream about the summer, about later spring when things are warm and we're out and we're grilling on the deck and the sun's beating on us and we're getting that vitamin D fix, and we've shed the the sadness of winter, the long, arduous winters that we have here in Minnesota. And I mean, I picture me being on the beach and, toes in the sand, that whole thing. So, and that gives me a serotonin boost. And likewise, when you talk about the transformation that you're going to provide, maybe you provide vacations, maybe you provide widgets. It doesn't really matter. What you need to talk about is the transformation that your product or service that you offer provides. So how does this relate to lobsters? So if we can increase people's status, we give them a serotonin boost. But not only does increasing their status give a serotonin boost, but the prospect of increasing their status gives them that much desired serotonin boost. And maybe right now you're feeling it's like, oh my gosh, he's right. If I can help people increase their status, I'm going to do well in my business. I'm going to do well in what I offer and what I give. So anyhow, so that's what we need to think about. So what is the transformation that you offer? Well, maybe you help people make money, but don't talk about the money they're going to make. Talk about the new life they're going to have when they get that money. Maybe you help them look better. You provide them fashion or beauty tips or beauty products. Maybe help with their skin. Maybe you help with their diet. All those things will help them move up the social status ladder. So, and it might sound shallow, and hey, maybe it is shallow, but you can't beat biology. We're wired that way. We're wired to feel better as we move up the social status. You know what? And I believe there's a place for shedding that, for saying, you know what? My life is not about that serotonin. But sometimes we have to be realistic and say, I can't fight nature. And there's a great saying in my faith tradition that says, grace builds on nature. So, you know what? I'm going to get nature working for me. Anyhow, so there's so much there, so much packed in this idea of offering a transformation, and that the transformation is based on moving up the social status ladder. So get your lobster-based serotonin, and you know what? If you make money, you can go eat lobster all the time, which makes me feel good because I love seafood. I know some people are allergic to it. In fact, my son, his ears get a little red when he eats too much seafood. Maybe he's a little allergic to it. But anyhow, it's good. It's good for you, and so is moving up the social status ladder. So whether you offer money, beauty, so wealth, health, whether you offer them status, a sense of prestige, you sell them a beautiful car, you sell them a cool watch, you sell them something that makes them feel like they're special. All those things work together, and that's what you need to think about when you're thinking about communicating your capability. How do you provide transformation? Anyhow, this is Dan from Traffic Resources International. I hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.